Weather on the Fan brought to you by the Milwaukee Area Napa Auto Care Association. It is 61 and absolutely beautiful here in Hales Corners. Going to get some rain tonight, though, dipping into the 40s. Get those raincoats if you're up overnight.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
High noon. Good morning. Welcome in. I guess it's not morning if it's high noon. It's the stupidest thing I've said all day.
Oh, you got plenty of time left.
I was going to say, I guess it can only get better from here. My name's Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz is here. It's the Mason Crosby Show. You know what we used to do? I just remembered. I thought of this yesterday as I was driving home. And I was like, we used to do this. And I don't know why I stopped doing this. But I kind of want to do it again. Let's make sure there's no ads. No, there's not. Yeah, on days when Mason was out. Right? Let's get a little of this. Everybody bang your heads together. Or your arms back and forth. You just want to do Yep. You just want to do your whoa. What was that?
Wisco.
I don't think that's the words.
Whiskey.
That's definitely not those words.
Scotty.
Oh.
What a poll today from 90.
What a poll from John Kuhn.
Because if you want to make Wisco happen, I find it hard to believe no one's ever heard anyone use the term Wisco when talking about Wisconsin.
No, people have heard that, sure.
Right. The other two, stretch.
People have heard Scotty.
Whiskey? Have you ever once called it whiskey?
No.
And I've never heard anyone refer to it as. And now I will say, I would never say I'm from Wisco, but I have absolutely said Wisco in reference to the university sports teams.
I never have.
I've definitely heard that or said something along those lines. I was like, oh, I was watching the Wisco game or something, just, casual of that.
You hear what
nature.
I said?
I didn't quite hear what you said.
Apostrophe Wisconsin. Don't you say? I mean, remember John Anderson, Sports Center guy?
Yeah, of course.
He had a big bit on National Sports Center one day where it was like, he's from Wisconsin, I'm from Wisconsin. Like whenever anyone from Wisconsin would do something good on Sports Center, John Anderson would say, he's from Wisconsin, I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. But I actually like the word Wisconsin because that is a good barometer on knowing if you are or are not from Wisconsin.
As opposed to Wisconsin?
Well, it's just the Wisconsin is how people would say it, not from Wisconsin.
Right.
Wisconsin
right.
is how they would say it outside of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Do you notice the difference when I say it, how I'm trying to say it?
Or they say Wisconsin.
That's what I mean. They very much separate that S and the C,
right?
Versus when you are from Wisconsin, you put them together.
It's Wisconsin.
Yes, right. Yeah. And you know what? As someone who came over at 14, you say it like you're from Wisconsin. So I
have a great Wisconsin story. Not Wisconsin, but Waukesha.
I know we were going to talk about it later, but now it feels like we're in it.
Josh was supposed to come in and talk about it.
Did he say he was going to?
Yeah, he said he was going to.
Well,
he said, do I have to come back in? I said, yeah, you have 7 minutes. Well, it's now 11 minutes later, and Jack Wagon, Josh Albrecht not here.
I know the jerseys, the new Brewers City Connect jerseys just came out. And if you haven't gotten to see them yet, go check out Brewers Twitter. And it's all over Twitter if you're a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers, and that's your algorithm right now. But just go check it out at Brewers on Twitter. And Mitch, I have two thoughts.
Okay.
Two things can be true.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Number one, the jerseys can be not flattering.
Yep.
And number two, you were never going to be happy with the jerseys that came out from this series.
That's probably true.
That's where I'm at with it. I don't know what it is with this fascination of that shade of blue with City Connect in this city, because the Bucks did the same thing and everyone hated the blue jerseys.
And then they the Bucks doubled and tripled down on it.
Yes.
They had like 3 different blue jerseys over the years.
The blue jerseys having that shade of blue to be like, oh, lakes, right? The Great Lakes. I don't think has ever played with this fan base at all.
I agree.
And they continue to try to make it happen.
Agreed.
There are some awesome parts of this City Connect jersey.
Yeah.
The hats with the W, I think, are fire.
The hats with the W are absolutely fire.
Because
W is for Wisconsin.
And I don't know if they did this on purpose or if I'm making a reach here. You can flip it upside down. It kind of looks like the M too, just a little bit. I could be reaching.
For Mitch. I got it.
For Mitch.
Yeah.
And the Brewers font, they have one that has Brewers with like a fish bobber on the end of it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Also looks great.
That sounds fun.
They have developed some pretty cool merchandise from these City Connect jerseys. However, Wisco across, I think, was an effort by the Brewers to be more than Milwaukee, right?
Which they already are, I would argue.
But a lot of people are upset that it says Wisco in that. I guess they say they've never heard that, but it really feels like people are more upset that they lose the Milwaukee luster.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who've never heard Wisco. I think there's a lot of hardcore older Wisconsinites, rural Wisconsinites for sure, or not even rural, like suburban Wisconsinites, but live in their bubble. Like you live in West Dallas, you live in Muskego, and you go to your house and you go to your church and you go to the store. And you don't do a whole lot else. You see family. Family's important. God's important. Watching sports, but that's not, Wisco is not part of that culture. Wisco is part of the downtown Water Street culture, or the downtown State Street culture in Madison, or the downtown, I don't know, Lombardi Avenue. I don't know what Green Bay would be, or other college towns. Like Wisco's like a college town saying.
Yeah.
It's not for the rest of the state. I agree. It doesn't connect the state. The Milwaukee Brewers today unveiled its newest Nike MLB City Connect uniform, reimagined as a statewide jersey that celebrates the natural beauty and culture of Wisconsin. Led with a brilliant blue, the new design pops on the field and is packed with meaningful design elements that tells the story of Wisconsin. I think elements tell the story of Wisconsin. You might want to get a proofreader on your press releases, Milwaukee Brewers, or maybe go to grammar school. The Brewers will debut the uniform on the field this Friday and wear it during the entire series against the Washington Nationals, marking the first official wearing of a City Connect uniform designed to represent the entire state of Wisconsin.
That's interesting. They're going to throw you right into the fire with it, right? Yeah. They unveil it today, and it's being used the next 3 days.
That is correct.
To see if it grows on you. Now, when they did the City Connect the last go around, I think they kind of hit it out of the park, right? I mean, the light blues, the light blues with the MKE 414s made of bats, and the grill. Everyone loved the grill.
I love Barrel Man's on the sleeve, right?
Yeah.
I love that with this one. I think that's great.
They have some cool logos put in with this City Connect. I am a fan of, the color scheme behind it, but I just don't understand this shade of blue and this city, really trying to make Lake Michigan. This is a good one. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Talking text line. When you are describing Milwaukee anywhere to anyone, how often do you bring up Lake Michigan? That's what I would love to know, because I don't know. I understand. Okay. Maybe I take it for granted living in this city and living there my whole life virtually, but I don't know if I ever think of I guess lakefront has popped in my head, right? I'm on the lakefront, but just to be so synonymous with Lake Michigan being in this city is that my ignorance, or like I'm
Yes.
the one who's not doing that well enough?
So nationally, and I was just in Arizona and I was just in Florida, and I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
Okay. When I tell people where Milwaukee is, it's an hour and a half north of Chicago.
Right.
It is super close to Chicago. No one around the country, no one, and I mean no one around the country cares or knows about which of the Great Lakes is where.
Yeah.
Unless you live in the Great Lakes region.
I should have pulled the Matthew Golden geography clip for this segment.
That would have been great.
Yes.
If you live in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, maybe Pennsylvania, maybe Iowa,
like a
Indiana,
Canada side of New York,
Indiana, New York, you know where those lakes are. You know, or you at least know the lake closest to you. But no one in the rest of the country knows. Now, they might be able to name the 5 lakes because of homes. Right. So it's Huron, it's Ontario, it's Michigan, it's Erie, and it's Superior. And if you learned that in school and you live in Kansas or Connecticut or South Carolina, great. But you don't know where they are. You don't know which one's which. You don't, and you don't care. And you don't need to know. Listen, you live in South Carolina. You don't need to know which lake is lake. But you know what Chicago is. You've heard of Chicago. Guess what? Everyone in America has heard of Chicago.
Yes.
And so when you say, oh, we're literally, like, I remember for years telling friends who would come and visit Chicago, and I'd find out that they were in Chicago a week later, 2 weeks later. Why didn't you give me a call? And they'd have no idea. And I'd have to educate them that Milwaukee is an hour and a half away at most. Not the way I drive, but the way other people drive. It's an hour and a half away. And so I've told family, I've told friends, if you're ever in Chicago, one of the guys I was just in Arizona with who lives in Des Moines, or I don't know where. No, he lives in Omaha.
Okay.
And he knew that Chicago and Milwaukee were close, but he didn't know they were that close. And he was like, oh, I'm going to be in Chicago. And I'm like, let me know. I'll drive down. That's what people know. So this connection to the lake is very important to us as Wisconsinites.
Right. Or even Milwaukee area, maybe, but.
No, but the whole state. I mean, listen, it's not just Milwaukee area. From Kenosha all the way up to Door County to the UP.
The east side of the state.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But it's not like Lacrosse is saying Milwaukee, that one by Lake Michigan over there, I don't think.
No, probably not. I mean, it's on their radar because if they come to Milwaukee, there's probably lake activities.
Summerfest or something along those lines. A couple of texts coming in as some people are chiming in on the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Scotty Tiffany says, Thunder's dissing me, ? LOL. 414, I'd rather say mill across them.
All right, hold on. Let's start with Scotty Tiffany. I'm not dissing you. Like, if you identify, all right, we're going to get into how you personally identify. That's important.
Good start
in this
to the show.
Age. Yeah. If you personally identify as Scotty Tiffany, you lean into that. Like, you own that. You are Scotty Tiffany. So we've all heard the phrase Scotty. We know what it means. I just don't know that, again, to the poll that they put out this morning, if you go around the country and you say Scotty, people will figure it out because it's so close to Wisconsin. But I don't know that it's common vernacular.
Yeah, I don't think if you were like, oh, I'm from Scotty.
Yeah.
Out there in Kentucky, they're going to be like, what?
But Tiffany, we do love you.
Other ones coming in here from Tommy in Stallis, Wisconsin for the win. I'm from Stallis. I say Wisconsin.
Yes, thank you.
414 chimes in, says, nobody liked the ones we had or have used. It'll probably grow on everyone just like they did. The only one I can think of hearing or being used is Wisco in text. I see that a bunch. But in regular conversation, I almost never hear any of them. I think that's also a fair point.
Yep.
From the 920, I live in New Holston. It's a small town. We say Wisco just like you city slickers too.
Hold on. Is it New Holston or New Holstein?
Oh, God.
I think it's Steen.
My dad says New Berlin. And I'm like,
does he really?
That's wrong.
Yeah.
All
right. So what did New Holston say? What does he
says that he says Wisco just like you city slickers too.
We don't say Wisco, bro.
Go ahead, get to the call.
We say Wisconsin if we say anything. 414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Lots of more texts coming in. I love this topic. Patty V's in Waukesha. I got a great Waukesha story to tell in a little bit. Patty V, what do you got for us?
Thunder and Tommy, I love the fire.
You bet.
As I always say, Milwaukee is a great place on a great lake.
Yes, sir.
Boys, today I am frozen, as in Frozen 4, baby.
Let's go.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're going for our 7th natty.
Patty,
He's got to be talking to 10 MJ, Mark Johnson, 80 gold. He's got to be talking to him. Go Red, baby. We're taking Nodak down. We're taking Nodak down. We're going to win it in Vegas.
I'd love to take Nodak down.
Dude, Patty V, I don't know if you were listening to the morning show today, but Trevor Thomas had a great line of, why did it feel like 10 years went by between the last game and today's game? Did it feel the same for you? Oh, he's already gone.
Yeah.
There he is.
He drops the mic.
But it felt like
it was an extra week this year,
my
and I
God.
don't know why.
It felt so long. It felt so long the entire time there.
I think they wanted their own weekend and not to get lost by the basketball tournament.
Sure, maybe.
But it did last an extra.
It felt forever. It felt forever.
Also weird that it's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on. What do you think the temperature is in Vegas right now?
89 degrees.
89.
That's my guess.
Okay.
A couple of texts coming in here while you check that one up. The 414 says, ironically, the W print on the hats looks just like the Nationals W. It kind of does. It kind of does. I think that it's not a bad time.
By the way, it's 88, right? It's 80 right now, but getting up to 88.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What a guess.
Yeah,
what a guess there. 414 also chimes in. They're the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's their City Connect jerseys. Why Wisco?
It's actually a great point.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, right?
Hold on.
You are supposed to be in the city of where it is.
First introduced in 2022 as a tribute to Milwaukee, the Brewers City Connect program now evolves into something bigger. A design that honors the entire Badger State, its landscapes, traditions, and the passion shared by fans in every corner of Wisconsin. Rooted in the idea that Wisconsin is not just where we live, but how we live. The new uniform embodies that through a thoughtful and inspired design.
Two things. One more text. Yeah. Only person I've ever heard refer to it as Wisco is Jim Rome. When we used to have him.
Which actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he has a kid who goes to Madison.
Yeah, shout out Jake.
And non-Wisconsinites who go to Madison call it Wisco.
Yes.
That's what I said that to John Kuhn. I said the East Coast Elite Jackwagons, who I lived with for 2 years, they all call it Wisco. They're all dumb.
If they were going to go with a statewide approach for their City Connect jerseys, dumb idea. I hate this, but in reality, why not a red color scheme?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
I would not, I'm not advocating for that.
Right.
But I'm just saying to keep the Brewers colors and then take a statewide approach.
Right.
Maybe say that it's the blue is the shade of the flag, the Wisconsin state flag.
Right.
I don't know.
Although, is that the Wisconsin flag or is that the Milwaukee flag?
No, the Wisconsin flag is blue.
The background is blue.
Right.
Where it says 1848
but again,
on it.
If you're going to go with the colors synonymous with Wisconsin, you would think of the university, right?
Yes.
So
I
actually didn't even think of that point 414 of the City Connect, and then they do a statewide approach. But
sure, jump in, bro.
Oh, now you decide to show up, Josh.
We've been talking for half an hour.
Do you have headphones? He doesn't have
come in.
Tell him to come in here. I have headphones.
Tommy has headphones for you.
Yeah, come in here. All right.
Josh Albrecht is going to join the show in just 1 second. But first, let's go to Michael in Appleton. Michael, you're next up on the Mason Crosby Show.
Hey, fellas.
How are we doing?
I feel like you guys don't get out of Milwaukee in the summertime very often. This jersey represents the entire state. It's not Milwaukee, and it's perfect because the Brewers are a state team.
Agreed.
Not like California that has 5 different freaking teams.
Right. No, I totally agree that the attempt is to represent the state. The question is, does anybody really call it Wisco?
Yes.
Really?
All over the state people do. You guys got to get out of Milwaukee. It is Wisco all over the state.
Really? So like, I mean, because I go up to the North Woods every year. I've never heard anybody call it Wisco.
Michael, I'm on your side. I can't believe people would say they've never heard the term Wisco.
Right.
I just think it actually is a weird choice by the Brewers and to go with a City Connect jersey and then represent the state.
But they're honoring the state. And I think
I would have gone Scotty, personally.
You would have gone Scotty, okay? Interesting.
But they're not just talking about the Blues, not just for Lake Michigan. It's for Lake Mendota, Lake Winnebago. It's for all the way.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. And I think there is no doubt that the Brewers are the state's team. And that the second they built a dome at Miller Park, they even more made it the state's team because everybody from around the state could then come to games without the fear of rain delays or rainouts, which happened all the time in the 80s and 90s.
1,000%.
And what?
1,000%. And just all the other logos that are the Bobber logo is beautiful. I need that I need the sweatshirt. I think it was Josh's post.
Yep.
The sweatshirt is beautiful. I need it. Just take my money, all of it.
No, you're right. I love representing the state. I just don't love using Wisco because I think but I don't love any of those. I don't love Scotty. I don't love whiskey. I like Wisconsin.
I've never heard of whiskey.
No, I
never
agree. We all agree with that one. Yeah, John Kuhn's been drinking a little bit too much on that whiskey.
I don't know where Johnny heard that.
No, I agree. Michael, thanks for the call, my friend.
The only one other thing, guys, the only thing I didn't care for was the font of the W on the hat. I don't care for that.
Okay, that's fair. It is a little Washington Nationals. I will agree with that. Thanks, Michael. Michael drops off. You can jump on 414-677-1250. Joining the show now is Mr. Gear himself.
Ooh.
Josh Albrecht. Hey, Joshy.
Hello, Mitch. Big time. Good to see you.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't think we can say anything yet, so just be careful.
Dude, what do you mean? You are big time.
Okay,
you're on every show, on every...
He is big time. He is big time.
I have to ask Josh, because Josh is our resident buy all the gear.
Yes, hashtag buy all the gear. Yep.
Your thoughts?
Okay, so I was with everyone from the league post. I went, those are Mets colors. Why are we doing Mets?
Well, the orange trim, you can see it very obvious.
I was not happy. Mm-hmm. Then I actually went in. I saw it in person. Here's the thing: it's not orange. It's like it's a mango. It's like a pink.
So looking at your hat, I think it's Mets orange. It's not Mets blue. It's teal. The hat is teal.
No, the hat is not teal. The hat is a light blue.
The hat is lake blue.
Give me the hat.
The hat is very much the blue of the Bucks City Connects as well.
No, the Bucks is lighter. I'm telling you, the Bucks is a different blue.
It's not a teal. Here's the thing.
This is
the problem when you get these leaks. Okay. Is that you don't understand or see the whole drop. You don't see the whole thing.
Right.
I will be the first person I'll come in and I'll say I'm still not a fan of the jersey. Still not really a big fan of the jersey.
Okay.
But the drop is not like, oh, okay, orange for hunting and then blue for lakes. Got it. Like, that's not what it is. It's literally, it's supposed to be
awesome, by the way.
A Wisconsin summer sunset. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the point of the bobber.
Okay.
It's like,
Love
and that
that.
made a ton of sense. And when you look at the logo closer, it's like a gradient. It's literally a gradient of that yellow into the orange, into that like mangoish pink, into blue of a sunset.
I think the logos look awesome.
And so that for me,
I like the logo.
Stress, that's a huge point because I was with everyone of, I don't understand why they would go with that knowing it's Mets colors. It's not. Now, the other thing, and the big winner of this is the bobber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bobber is the biggest.
We all agree.
Hugest win. They have some bobber stuff down at the team store.
Okay.
I can tell you per source. Okay.
Is it your guy?
Shams told me. Okay, Shams reached out to me and told me this personally. Per source, there's going to be more bobber gear coming.
Okay.
Throughout the summer.
The same bobber gear that we've seen already, or different, new bobber gear?
Like that design is going to be on more stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to, this was the initial drop of it that shows the on-field gear, which is the City Connect stuff. There are some other pieces, more things are coming, but I'm telling you, it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was just from the leak.
Will
And
there
it
be
is-
an
I love
orange
that
jersey?
sunset. No, because there's no orange.
I kind of want an orange.
It's
jersey.
literally, it's like
It's orange trim for sure.
I know.
It's a sunset. It's
Yeah.
that sunset.
So I want a
vibe.
sunset jersey.
I would love
Like I
a
want an
sunset.
I
orange,
kinda-
oranges into pinks into purples.
Wait,
Oh,
well,
I'd be
time
all
out,
about
time out. If we're
Yeah.
associating orange with the state of Wisconsin, are we thinking sunsets or hunting?
It
Well-
depends. Is the orange a gradient into pink, purple, blue?
There is no such thing as a Wisconsin sunset.
Whoa,
That-
bro! Have you ever been
that's
on
a cut
a
of
lake?
hate thing for you to say,
Oh
bro.
my god,
That
Have
is
you
such a
ever
cut of hate
gone north an hour and a half? What
dude?
is wrong with
Orange
you,
is
bro?
way more
Go
associated
rent a
with hunting.
cabin. Go rent a cabin this summer
Yeah, I mean it's a
Okay,
sunset.
and watch the sunset.
Yeah, that's
Here's
just
the
a
thing.
beautiful
Here's
sunset.
the thing you're not thinking about, Tommy, okay, is that for the people throughout the state that can't make it down to a game, there is truly something about you're listening to a Brewers baseball game on your radio, you're sitting on a dock, you're sitting on a boat, you're enjoying the game, and then it's tying it all into summer. And that's the coolers, bobbers, sunsets, lakes, like all of that makes sense. The idea of just doing like what the Bucks did for their city, I don't know however long that was when they just were like, oh, we're gonna make it blue. And it was just like blue because water.
Right.
Like that
Yep.
was dumb. And
Yep.
that's what I thought the Brewers were doing here. They were like blue for water, orange for hunting, boom, go. And I was like, that sucks. Don't do that. That's not what they did. It's the sunset summer vibes. I'm all about it. It worked. They're going to have a lot more stuff. I'm telling you, what's going to happen is the same thing that happened with the last one, though. I bought the MKE hat that went with the Brew Crew jersey, and then they came out with the grill stuff, and that's all I wore the rest of the time because I was like, Grill Brewers, awesome.
Yep.
It's going to be Bobber Brewers.
That's what you
awesome.
get. That's what you get for buying
Ooh,
stuff
Bobber
first day.
Brewers is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like that one.
All
gonna
right,
be all about it.
Sam and Bayview, you hold the line. Josh, thanks so much for
Yeah,
jumping
you bet,
in.
boys.
Thanks for buying us all the gear.
Did you ask for anything?
I just wanted you to buy me stuff.
I don't like how the jersey is a different shade of blue than the hat right now. To be
Well,
honest,
I'm not wearing a jersey. I'm wearing a
I don't.
hoodie,
Either
so-
way, I don't like that the hoodie is a
Is that
different
a
shade.
hoodie?
Yeah, this is a hoodie. It has a hood. It's a sweatshirt with
Wait.
a hood on it.
So I definitely thought you were wearing 2 layers.
No,
Because
that's a
you're
look
wearing-
of the hoodie style.
Oh, because you know what
I'm
I
so
think?
old and not cool.
2 layers in the summer.
Yeah.
He's Tommy Wirtz.
No, he's
Our
not.
thanks to Josh Albrecht.
He's big time.
BTT in the house. My
Rest in
name's
peace,
Mitch
Tommy.
Nellis. Mason Crosby is Mason Crosby, and we are the Mason Crosby Show. These are your Marquette Golden Eagles. Starting some guy I've never heard of before. Also starting another guy I've never heard of before.
Henry Ellenson.
Henry Ellenson.
Dude, remember
Sam
he was
Hauser and Joey Hauser.
Oh, dude, Ellenson was the savior, man, and then he wasn't.
So how did Sam Hauser become the guy and not Joey Hauser and not Henry Ellenson?
Or Marcus Howard when he was
but Marcus Howard was 4'3". You just can't play in the NBA when you're 4'3", bro. You just can't.
He was a bucket, though.
Of course he was a bucket. He was unbelievable.
Remember Kiefer Sykes at UW Green Bay? Bucket.
Yep.
Short guy, but he was a bucket.
Yep, absolutely. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Tommy Wirtz. 414 wants to know if Michael from Appleton was really Shane Gillis. Sounded just like him. I've heard the name, but I don't know any of his stuff.
Dude, you're missing out. You would laugh at
I'm
all
a
his
Nate
stuff.
Bargatze guy.
Okay, totally different attitude, but I still think that doesn't disqualify you from liking Shane Gillis.
Sebastian Manafalocuso.
Oh,
That's
nailed
definitely
it. Nailed it.
I just love last names.
I love how everyone who knows who that is knows who you were talking
Everyone
about.
knows, right?
But that wasn't even close to his last name.
He does a great riff on, like, he was dating a Jewish girl, and I can say it because I'm Jewish. And like, he's obviously from an Italian family, and talking about like the differences in the flavors used in Italian cooking versus Jewish cooking. And by the way, it's Passover right now, so I'm eating like cardboard instead of bread right now. So
I am
it's top of mind.
99% confident you have done reads for tickets given away for that guy on this station.
Yes, I have.
And you still don't know how to say it.
Right. I don't. I mean, I'm sure I read it correctly. I'm very good at reading, but I'm not good at retaining anymore.
Yeah, 50 years. And
Like,
you can read.
like
Great.
you said, you don't want to get old because you watch me and I'm just a joke. 262 says, stop saying City Connect. The point is they're expanding that narrative, being different. But listen, the Brewers are calling it, they are redefining City Connect with statewide Wisco Way uniform celebrating all of Wisconsin, but it's still, by Major League Baseball parameters, City Connect.
Yeah.
It's just celebrating the state, which we all agree is absolutely appropriate. The Brewers are 1,000% the state's team in a way that the Bucks could only pray to be, except that they act like total jackwagons and don't. Like that, like they couldn't care less about the rest of the state,
and
except for their money.
And I couldn't be more excited for the Milwaukee Brewers to do that as well. Expand.
Sam, call back. I was just about to punch you in.
I love that the Brewers want to be more than Milwaukee, but also they have still said these are the City Connect jerseys, right? And they want to expand that definition. That's great. And I think Brewers baseball all around the state is awesome. I love that Northwoods can get into Brewers baseball, Green Bay, Madison, La Crosse, wherever you are. That's great. I still understand people being like, well, that's confusing, or that's a weird take on it, because the Brewers are going with Wisco for this.
By the way, it is Holstein, for the record.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Like, listen, you're from Cudahy. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
You didn't work for the Wisconsin
How many
State
people
Journal.
in Wisconsin outside of the Milwaukee area, if I show them how Cudahy is spelled, they're going to say Cudahy?
I think most people.
Really?
Yeah.
If we get north of Wausau, I think it gets a little dicey.
It could.
Yeah.
It could, sure. But that's, I mean, you're hours away in that point.
That's what I just said. Out of Milwaukee, out of the Milwaukee suburb and the Milwaukee collection or whatever.
I think the southern half of the state gets
proper.
Cudahy right. I think the southern half of the state, even out west, gets Cudahy correct.
Okay. All right.
Tommy and Stella says the only time I ever hear Wisco is when referring to Wisconsin Lutheran College or high school. And I will say,
that's a good take.
No doubt. And I don't know much about Wisconsin Lutheran College, I'll be honest. But Wisconsin Lutheran football, because of how good they've been over the years in high school football, for years and years and years, the legacy of Wisconsin Lutheran was really good. And they were always Wisco. Like, they were Wisco. Way before the state of Wisconsin was ever nicknamed Wisco, Wisconsin Lutheran high school football was Wisco, for sure. I absolutely vouch for that. Whenever I hear that, I always think of Dan Needles, former sports director at Channel 12, because I feel like that was his, like, he was in, he was into, I think he went to Wisco maybe. And so I think that was his baby. He might have gone to Catholic Memorial, actually, now that I think about it. 414-677-1250 is the phone number. We've been talking about the Brewers City Connect jerseys, which are now going to be State Connect uniforms. The Brewers are also introducing City Connect Supper Club Fridays.
Yeah, what's going on with these?
I actually have a workout planned tomorrow, and I got to find out if I can like move it up earlier so I can get to this because they're doing a media thing at 10. All right. Following the debut of the new Nike MLB City Connect uniforms.
This is perfect that you led this segment with I'm a good reader.
Yep. The Milwaukee Brewers are continuing their tribute to the state of Wisconsin with a nod to one of its most beloved traditions, supper clubs.
Yes.
A fan favorite across the state, supper clubs are known for bringing people together over comforting home-style meals and classic cocktails. So the supper club inspired menu will debut tomorrow night, the same night as the City Connect uniforms, Friday, April 10th. For one time only, the supper club menu will actually be available the entire weekend. And then future pop-ups will coincide with the City Connect game dates. Let's see what we got here. We've got a brandy old-fashioned. We've got a prime rib grilled cheese sandwich, a hearty meatloaf sandwich, walleye served with potato pancakes and applesauce, fried mushrooms with marinara, a crisp relish tray, and steak fries paired with truffled aioli. You can have your truffled aioli. Like tell me, don't fancy up my supper club. I love steak fries.
Give me
the steak fries. The truffle. No.
The more inside
no.
Wisconsin sports also, I believe it's Josh has the take that there needs to be a salad bar too at a supper club.
Does there?
I
don't think there.
I don't know if I maybe have been to Packing House once. I don't know.
Cocktails and desserts include a brandy old-fashioned cheesecake parfait, a brandy Alexander, and my all-time favorite because I'm a chocolate mint guy, the grasshopper.
Yeah.
All thoughtfully crafted, all going to be great. I'm excited for all these. And there will be a new specialty cocktail called the Bobber, which it will be available at every home jersey all season long. It's going to be served in a souvenir-style baseball bobber cup. The cocktail features Drink Wisconsinably brandy with house-made Door County cherry simple syrup, orange bitters, and Sprite. That sounds good. You can have the bobber. I don't love brandy and I don't love cherry simple syrup.
Oh yeah, I love old fashions. I'll do anything.
I love bourbon old fashions. I'm a strong bourbon lover. Strong brand. I just never loved brandy.
Okay,
is that my fault?
No. I think you can have your old fashioned however you want, and I think the state makes them great. Like supper club old fashioned has to be there, right? And the walleye also, I feel like has to be there. Those two things.
I'm so happy. And I love a relish tray, man. I will dominate a relish tray. You can have all the olives. I will take everything pickled ever.
Okay.
Like everything. Love, you give me some asparagus spears and some garlic scapes and even some carrots that are pickled. I'm here for it. If you need some new Brewers gear, I don't know. I know that the City Connect stuff is at the stadium. I don't know if they have it at Rally House yet. But if you're looking for new Brewers gear or you're looking for some Packers gear, whatever you're looking for, stop by Rally House at the Mayfair Collection and register to win a $100 gift card while Sparky broadcasts Wisconsin Sports Daily live today. That's right, today from 2 to 5, Sparky will be at Rally House at the Mayfair Collection right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Let's get into Thunder Watch when we come back. We've had some good energy to start the show, so let's keep that going with Thunder Watch. And then we've got a great guest coming up at 1 o'clock, the latest inductee into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. I should probably have asked how to pronounce his last name before we had him on. But John Boie, he has won 2 Paralympic gold medals as a wheelchair basketball player, a 2-time gold medalist, including in 2024 in Paris. He's going to join the show at the top of 1 o'clock hour, going to tell his story, and I can't wait because after all this City Connect stuff, I'm ready to get inspired.
It is just Boie. I just looked it up right here.
John Boie.
Yep.
Winner of 2 Paralympic gold medals at the top of the 1 o'clock hour. He's big time I'm Thunder. We are the Mason Crosby Show.
wasn't that bad.
It was something. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. He's Tommy Wirtz, a.k.a. Big Time.
Is that what's going to stick after 2 years here? That's the one finally?
I mean, you know it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You know, when you say yes to everything, you become Big Time.
I'm sorry. You know, I used to get.
Hey, who's hosting the leadoff show on Sunday?
That'll be you, Mitch Nellis. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you are very much a yes man too.
A 50-year-old who's been in the business for 100 years is coming in on a Sunday to host a pregame show.
And I love you for that.
We don't even have on our air.
And I love you for that.
Yeah, amazing.
You know I do. You know I appreciate you.
That is special.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. You're the best man. Man I know here.
I'm something.
Right? Should we get to some Thunder Watch? Because I have a fantastic nomination today.
Sure.
So our current list, is that what we call it? I feel like doesn't do it justice. Luke Fickell, Doc Rivers, which Doc could be coming off anytime now here. Chris McIntosh, Giannis, Garrett Mitchell, very strong candidate to come off the list this week. AJ Green, Jimmy Haslam, concession prices at Pfizer, Jake Woodford. Do we care enough to keep him on either? Shaka Smart, Mason Crosby stays on until he recognizes that he's on. Which is so good to me.
This is so good.
And Greg Gard.
Okay. You can take Woodford off.
Okay. Jake's gone.
You can take AJ Green off.
Ooh, all right.
But whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
And I'm
like
Garrett Mitchell.
We put him on not for any bad reason, just to see what was going to happen. Obviously, he responded to being on Thunder Watch. So Garrett Mitchell's off Thunder Watch as well.
3 men coming off this week.
Trying to think. Come on in.
Who we got?
Caesar, look at the Caesar salad. Let's go. See, what if they had City Connect jerseys that were this red?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're
John,
going to go statewide.
Right.
Yeah, John, get your face in there.
Look at that red, that Badger red. Like, that's a statewide color, right? Do you feel like you're representing the Badgers?
Yeah.
Like do you feel like you're representing the state of Wisconsin when you wear that? 100%. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, John.
Johnny K from Thailand.
Big Smoking Jay. That's what we call him.
Smoking Jay. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go. He's got the best mustache in the business, by the way. It's not even close.
Do you want to hear my nomination?
Sure.
I was in the producer booth here.
Yep.
And left behind was the price tag from Josh Albrecht's pullover. I don't know if you can read it clearly.
I can't. Hold on.
Can I get close enough to get it focused in?
$120?
$125 for that pullover.
Why do you think I never buy gear? Like, why do you think I never buy gear?
If you want to be more inclusive to the state, $125 for a sweatshirt is crazy. That's my Thunder Watch candidate.
Like Macklemore telling us that $50 for a T-shirt was crazy in Pop and Tags. Thrift store.
So that's my nomination.
But don't we already have like Bucks concession prices?
Right, and this is now merchandise prices. Brewers merch prices.
Brewers merch.
Yeah,
Brewers merch.
get it on there. I got it.
Why can't everything just be like?
I mean, what's a fair
affordable
price? What's a fair price? If they would have said
75.
I was going to say $75.
$75.
I think that's a lot of money, but I get it. You got to make money during this. I'm sure the quality is fine, but $75 I think would have been a much.
Trust the quality to be fine. Fanatics is garbage.
That's also fair. Good point.
Like the hat that Brandon brought in for Brandon, it's a $38 hat. Was like, I'm gonna say it was a piece of crap.
Okay.
Like, and I don't know if it was a new style, and so it was like bent in ways that hats don't normally get bent in, or if there were ridges in it, but it was not okay. It was not, and I mean, and I don't want to rip on the Indonesians, but it was made in Indonesia, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, I don't know who's doing what.
Anyone else you want to put on there? Any other thought process? We took off Garrett Mitchell and AJ Green and Jake Woodford, and then we added merch prices for the Brewers.
I'm putting Luis Rengifo on.
Ooh, I love that one too. That's a good one.
I just want to keep my eye on what's going on with him and like,
all right,
what the deal is with Rengifo. If he's a Brewers guy, I mean, Luis Matos hasn't done enough yet and hasn't been around long enough yet to matter yet. But I feel like they need something out of Rengifo.
I will say this, although he is Tim Allen's guy, we're gonna next week, I think, look at Sal Frelick. Just next week.
Okay.
Let's see what happens in a week.
Okay.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, Renhefo's on there now. John Boie is going to join us, two-time Paralympic gold medalist. He is the next inductee into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. If you remember, Mason Crosby was inducted last year. This year, Mark Murphy, John Boie, and still to be named. This is the Mason Crosby Show.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook and on the free Odyssey app.
This is hour number 2 of the Mason Crosby Show. My name's Mitch Nellis. His name's Tommy Wirtz. We've been talking about the new Brewers City Connect, a.k.a. State Connect jerseys that say Wisco on them. We'll continue that conversation, and we'll see them all weekend long at AmFam Field. Jeff writes in real quick on the YouTube channel. You should have put Jake Bowers on Thunder Watch 1 for 15 on the road trip. Did not have a great road
Jeff.
trip.
He didn't have a good road trip. No, he didn't. I met Jeff at Rally House last time around, so
nice.
Give me a hard time. It's all right. It's all right. They went 3-3 on the road trip.
920 had a Thunder Watch idea. How about Cubs fans losing their pants, chasing foul balls?
Did you see that clip?
I did not.
Oh.
I got to see that?
Oh,
Okay.
Mitch Nellis.
Yeah,
it
I
is
did not see
full moon in the trop.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. B. Hintage in West Dallas. Thunder Watch is the best segment in radio. Take notes, all other shows. I appreciate that. And then Justin from Kansas City writes in, I agree. I'm from Heartland. I live in Kansas City. Most people here do not know where Wisconsin is, don't even know Milwaukee is a city. So talking about where Milwaukee is and how you describe it to people, do you tell people it's on Lake Michigan, or do you tell people it's just north of Chicago? I think you tell people that it's just north of Chicago. Well, someone who has made Wisconsin very proud and deserves all the flowers and the accolades. Team USA wheelchair basketball player John Boie, who won 2 Paralympic gold medals, will be among the class of inductees for the 76th anniversary induction of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame presented by Network Health on July 8th. Joining us now on the guest hotline powered by Gruber Law is John Boie. John, welcome to the show. Oh, I got you up and on. I'm wondering if you have yourself muted or anything like that, because I have you up on the board. Let's give it another try. Test. I cannot hear you.
No, I
we cannot hear you. I don't know. We're gonna work on that and see how that goes. Tommy, I have it up and on.
Is it in 3?
It's in 3.
Okay. Well, one sec here. Let me see if I can get something else going on here.
Okay. Yep. The induction ceremony is taking place at the Marcus Performing Arts Center in downtown Milwaukee. It's going to be a blast. Last year, of course, we remember Joe Thomas, Ernie Johnson, and Mason Crosby were all part of that induction class. And so, of course, we loved having Mason there. Past inductees include Vince Lombardi, Hank Aaron, Donald Driver, Bob Uecker, Barry Alvarez, Brett Favre, Jordy Nelson, Oscar Robertson, Al McGuire, Bonnie Blair, and Ernie Johnson, the aforementioned. And so it's always an absolute blast that we will be a part of, probably be in attendance, see if Mason will come up for it. And, I don't know how many of the past inductees they get to come back year after year, but that would be an absolute blast. Boie,
I'm going to get him on the phone. I got him.
Okay. Sounds good. Boie is a graduate of UW Whitewater. He was a key member of the Team USA wheelchair men's basketball team that won a gold medal in Paris in 2024. He also helped the American team win the gold medal at the 23 Pan American Games in Chile, and as a gold medal from his Paralympic Games debut in Tokyo in 2021. His other hardware includes a silver medal from the 2018 World Championships, a gold from the 22 World Championships, and a gold from the 2019 Parapan Games. So we are efforting to get John onto the show. The video audio was not working. And Tommy, I see him there. I don't know. Does he know you're calling him? Okay. All right. And we will grab him as soon as we can. The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, always a blast. Like I said, also inducted this year are going to be CEO Mark Murphy from the Packers and Milwaukee soccer legend Bob Gansler in the 2026. The final inductee will be announced over the next several weeks.
Should be good.
Yep. Joining us now on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. John, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on, and congratulations. What an awesome thing to be inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hey, if you're on speaker, John, can you move over to just handheld or mute the computer too?
How's that?
No, I still got
an
you
echo,
here.
still an echo.
If you're on speaker, you'll have to move over. Otherwise, just close the tab you're in on the computer so that we're not hearing ourselves here.
Okay. There, how's that?
Perfect.
Much
now you got
better.
it. Now
There
you got
we
it.
go.
Thanks, John. Sorry
Yes.
about that. That's awesome. How you doing, John?
I'm good. Technical difficulties, but we made it through.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the induction into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. What does it mean to you, and how'd you find out about it?
Man, I got a message a couple weeks ago about being nominated, and then I got a message from Brian Lammy, who of course is a legend in Wisconsin, and got to hop on a call with him, which was really, really cool, really surreal, and to even have my name among all the people on there is still hitting me. I'm blown away.
Well, take us back. You started playing wheelchair basketball at the age of 11. You attended a summer camp at UW-Whitewater. Where'd you grow up? And when you got that basketball in your hands, how did that change your story?
Yeah, I grew up in Milton, Wisconsin, which Whitewater is right in my backyard. So Whitewater is kind of like the Duke or the North Carolina wheelchair basketball.
Yep.
So very blessed to have wheelchair basketball here. Came to a summer camp, and I had always wanted to play for the Green Bay Packers as a kid, but figured out after a while my dad pushing me around on the grass is probably not going to work out. So getting in a wheelchair and being on a hard court, a hard surface, changed the game for me and was something I've ran with ever since.
So you attend that summer camp and you start playing. And when did you figure out that this is the thing? I'm going to play wheelchair basketball for a long time. And actually, by the way, I'm pretty good at it.
Day one, I was like, yes, this is what I can do. This is what I'm good at. And I started playing right away that next year and got a chair from the guy who ended up being my college coach. So I was surrounded by Paralympians at the time, and it's really cool to, be amongst them myself now.
So you attend UW-Whitewater, you capture 3 national championships during your collegiate career. John, I got to ask, what happened in that 4th year? Only 3 championships? Come on now.
I know, slacking a little bit, but I had to give some other people opportunities. No.
Yeah, but what was that collegiate experience like at Whitewater?
Very cool. I mean, it's building off a huge reputation. That's why a lot of people come here from, all around the country and overseas, because they want to get better at wheelchair basketball and launch into that platform of the Paralympics or playing professionally. So, I was glad to continue the legacy and do my part in it.
John, tell us a little bit about that, though, at UW-Whitewater, where it's, I think with a lot of, when you look at UW-Whitewater's men's basketball team or women's basketball team or football team, certainly the success throughout UW-Whitewater has been pretty good. And it's, they get kids from Wisconsin and maybe kids from the surrounding states. I don't know how much national recruiting they do, but you just mentioned it, during the with wheelchair basketball, you're getting people nationally and internationally. What does that mean to the program and to the local players to see people from around the world coming to Whitewater to participate in wheelchair basketball?
Yeah, it's pretty you kind of throw up a question mark of why?
Yeah.
Because obviously Whitewater is known for football. We're known for basketball, other sports. But our campus really loves our wheelchair basketball team. And they see the people that go on from there and the way that they impact campus. And so folks from overseas, look at Whitewater and they show up with a jacket and they're not used to snow. And they're like, why would I come here? And the first day in the gym, they're like, holy cow, these are the people I'm playing against. And these are the alumni still in the area that I get to play against every day, every week. That's what, makes us as good as we are. Very blue chip.
That's awesome.
John, I wanted to ask you then, when you are having these experiences at UW-Whitewater, when does the transition start to become to USA, right? When do you get that opportunity? When are you first in contact with the national team to get involved? And what were the emotions that you were going through during that where, you get to represent your country now after playing the sport you love and were eventually a national champion in.
Yeah, I mean, my first ever tryout was my senior year of high school, and I was absolutely starstruck. You know, be like walking to the gym and you see Curry and LeBron and all these guys. So going on from there in college, I had many years that I tried out, and it took a long time to make the team. I was cut 9 years before I actually made the squad.
Wow.
And then went from there to, of course, the new guy, bottom of the roster. I had to work my way up, and then I never left the floor in Tokyo. And I rarely left the floor here in Paris these last games and all the years in between.
John Boie joining us here on the guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. He is the latest inductee into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. John, take us through that time when you were trying out for the team and not making it. Like, was there a time you maybe questioned or thought that your path might be over or that your journey in wheelchair basketball? How did you know to stick with it, that this would pay off the way it has?
Yeah, I think there's a point in any athlete who's kind of had those, multiple setbacks in a row of like you question things for a little bit. But I mean, it was always my dream since I came to that wheelchair basketball camp when I was 11 here at Whitewater. To make it onto the Paralympic stage. And so it was something I was like, you know what, I owe it to myself to keep going. That's the goal. You keep going for it. So to go from where I'm not even making the first cuts to, playing all the minutes of every game, really sticks through to me and will forever of like what perseverance and hard work will end up doing.
Is the disparity in competition as evident in wheelchair basketball as it is in like every sport? Like, can you imagine like when you first step on a college court for Whitewater and you're going around, you're playing against other teams all across the nation, and what that competition level is like versus the jump to the Olympics and trying to play against other nations? Did it prepare you well in college? And what is it like, the two main differences, I guess, from playing collegiately and playing in camps growing up to that world stage?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, there would be in college, maybe one guy on each team that could possibly make a national team, to playing people from other countries that all 5 guys would be player of the year in college. It is a completely different tier of wheelchair basketball. And I think one of the things that differentiates it is Europe actually has a professional league, and a lot of guys from other countries will play over there. Some of our USA guys do.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the USA players, they don't play professionally, or they have families now, or a career like myself. And so a lot of their training and experience comes from playing together a long time, and then playing against each other all the time. I always like to say our second 5 would compete against a lot of the other countries, just as difficult as our first 5. And that's what makes it so good.
And is that something
Awesome.
now I wanted to ask about the physical keep up as well? First of all, how much do you bench, John? Because it just looks like you could bench the world right now. And is that kind of common, it feels like, in wheelchair basketball?
There's quite a bit of upper body strength for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it looks like, I guarantee you bench more than Mason Crosby. I can guarantee that right now just by looking at it. But I'm wondering that, when you think of like Father Time is undefeated, right, in sports, and you're 35, is that right, John?
I am.
Yeah.
Just recently.
Are you still looking ahead at 2028, right? And can you go further along in this sport, or is it, the game passes you by at some point like it does every other sport? I'm just looking ahead of, the next Olympics being in America, like plan to be there and plan to keep going after that.
Yeah, I actually have a tryout coming up in just a couple weeks. We have world championships this summer. And then the following summer is the qualifier for Paralympics, and then 2028 will be here. So I got my eyes set to potentially end my career in LA, at home and on the home stage. But we all wheelchair users use their upper body, not just to play the game and work out, but for everyday life of getting around and getting in our cars and getting stuff done, getting work done around the yard, whatever it is. So there isn't really a whole lot of breaks between working out and giving yourself a rest. So there's a lot of wear and tear on the upper body.
John, how have you seen the sport grow over from the time you were 11 playing in that first camp to the time at UW-Whitewater to trying out for the national teams, now being and winning gold medals, seeing it grow internationally. I know that in Milwaukee, there's the Ambition Center, which is being built right now that is being spearheaded kind of by wheelchair basketball. How have you seen the growth of the sport, and what does it mean to kids who are in wheelchairs and are looking to be active and to participate in sports?
Yeah, I mean, personally, it's done everything for me. Wheelchair basketball, has opened so many doors. Look at me, I'm talking to you guys right now. But looking at other kids growing up, I mean, it's really cool. I'm an ambassador for a company called Top End. They kind of sponsor me in my wheelchair. And a lot of kids coming up will see me at different tournaments and whatnot and come talk to me, which even that is surreal that they're talking to me. They're like, oh, I saw you play and I saw this and that. What do I got to do? So it's cool to kind of pave the way for some new people coming up and give them some tips and give them some advice and show them the equipment they need. Because, the wheelchair is half of what you're doing. It's not just tying on a new pair of cleats or something like that,
Nice. And so as it grows, where do you see the future of the sport? What opportunities are there as it continues to grow? Again, nationally, internationally, Paralympics, and it's a fun game to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah, I missed that in your last question. Sorry. I think a cool thing that they're allowing now in collegiate wheelchair ball is able-bodied people are allowed to play, which is an interesting thing. I think you see more able-bodied growth across different countries. And so they're kind of expanding the game. The more times you get people in our pair of shoes, it gives awareness and gives, more desire for other folks to not only play, but to come watch. So I know for LA, the marketing has been pretty off the hook, and it's going to be really cool. The folks that are coming out, even Paris was completely sold out every USA game. People want to come see us play, and that includes people from other countries, not just Americans traveling over to watch. So we're definitely changing the game.
That is so cool. So July 8th, you're going to be inducted into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Past Packers president Mark Murphy, longtime soccer legend in the state of Wisconsin, Bob Gansler, and a final inductee yet to be named. How much are you looking forward to the event itself?
Oh, man, I am beyond excited. I mean, Mark Murphy, I've grown up a Packer fan forever. Thought I'd play for them one day, but obviously that changed to wheelchair basketball. So sorry, Packer fans, but very excited to, be alongside him, other legends, with soccer and whoever the fourth one is, as well as all the people that I'll be able to meet there and see Brian Lammy again. I think it's going to be an unbelievable day.
Nice. That is awesome. Anything else you want to leave us with as we, I'm sure we will catch up with you at least one time between now and then, and hopefully we'll be at the event and we'll be able to hear more of your story. But just like the concept that this 11-year-old kid playing wheelchair basketball at UW-Whitewater at a camp is now going to be in the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And the first, wheelchair user to do so. I am absolutely enthralled and I'm very excited. Can't wait to see, all the people there and see you guys and, bring the medals for everybody to come look at as well.
Awesome. Well, John, thank you so much for joining the show today. Congratulations on this honor. Can't wait for July 8th and to see how great of an event and celebrating you and your career. Good luck with your future tryouts and making it to the team again. And we will be sure to follow that ride along with you as well. So good luck and congratulations, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. That is John Boie, Boie. He has won 2 Paralympic gold medals, and he will be among the class of inductees for the 76th anniversary induction of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame on July 8th. Congratulations to him. And of course, Team Lammy puts that on. They do a great job. Mark Cass, Brian Lammy, great friends of the station and of sports throughout the state of Wisconsin as well. Plenty more to get into. I have a Brewers question for Tommy. I have a Bucks thought in my head, and we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna talk. We got stuff to talk about. Brewers are off today. It's beautiful outside. Whitefish Bay girls softball's 1-0. Sorry, Nicolay. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Iron Man.
Gonna clip that on YouTube.
You got it. You just got to embrace it, Tommy. You're going to do radio with me. You got to embrace all the idiosyncrasies.
Dude, first of all, idiosyncrasy, great word. Shout out Goodwill Hunting.
Nice.
And I embrace you more than anyone else does here.
That's probably true.
That is 100% true.
That's true. Until Armin walks through that door.
I never suppress thunder.
That's fair. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. He's Tommy Wirtz. Am I supposed to know who Sam Burns is? I've never heard of Sam Burns. I've never heard of Sam Burns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. He went to LSU. He is leading the Masters by 2 right now. He is 5 under through 17. That's I feel like that's good.
Yeah, it's a great day.
I mean, I couldn't do that.
No, you couldn't.
No, I could not. I could not do that.
You know, my sister signed up for the high school golf team.
She
just started.
Oh, to do something?
Just to have something. Yeah, she's a freshman, so she's just looking to get involved. And
a number of the girls who played basketball at Whitefish Bay on the freshman team who did not come back out for sophomore year ended up going to golf.
Really?
Just for fun?
Yeah, just getting something done. Yeah, it's a lifetime activity, right?
They say that.
Well, it's like
not for me, but
joining the tennis team.
Right,
same idea, right? Of just like you can play tennis for the rest of your life. And
also cross country if you're not competitive, but you just want to
run trails or whatever.
Yeah,
but golf is in the air. The Masters is here. I am very invested in the weekend of the Masters.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. On a scale of 1 to 10. How into the Masters are you? And that could be today, that could be Sunday, that could be combination. Don't give me all these different. Well, today I'm not into it, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how into the Masters are you? Tommy, on a scale of 1 to 10, 414-677-1250. Just tweet in a number. You don't have to give us a big soliloquy if you don't want to. Just text in a number. We'll know what you're talking about. Tommy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how into the Masters are you?
Today?
Nope. How into the Masters are you?
Whoa.
And then you can tell me the rest of your shenanigans.
Okay, if we're gonna average it out, I'll say 8.
You're an 8 into the Masters. Okay.
Today and tomorrow, the coverage of it isn't great.
Okay.
Right? Because
I've
Augusta's
very I've heard it's really good on the Masters website.
Right.
The Masters channel or something. I've heard they do a good job, but nobody else does.
Yes, they don't give the rights out until the weekend. Sunday, the reason I'm averaging it out to 8 is I'm going to break your scale because I will be watching the entire time Sunday, so I will be a 15 invested on Sunday.
You are locked in.
I am
Sunday.
All in on watching the Masters on Sunday. The last group, it is awesome. The spectacle of Augusta, it is 100% one of my favorite days in sports of the year because I love Sunday at the Masters. Always grew up. It is immaculate vibes.
Yep.
It's usually right around Easter at the same time. Spring starting to feel that way. You crack a window open, you fall asleep from hole 8 to 13.
Okay.
You catch right back up. It's awesome.
Okay. All right. Sam Burns again leading the Masters right now.
Scotty is 2 under through 2, by the way.
Kurt Kitayama, Jason Day, Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood, Patrick Reed, Rory McIlroy, and Aaron Rye are all 3 under. And then the aforementioned Scotty Scheffler, along with Justin Rose, Ludwig Aberg, Fred Couples, and Xander Schauffele are all 2 under. The only 2 who have finished, Kurt Kitayama finished 3 under, and Hao Tong Lee finished 1 under. Those are your guys who are done. And you said, like you said, Scotty's just on 2. So he's got plenty of room. 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. What number are you? 414 is a 5. 920 is a 1.2. A 1.2. Not a 1, not a 2, 1.2. Scotty Tiffany says 1, even though I'll watch most of it, thanks to my husband, LOL. So, Scotty Tiffany, what would your husband be then? Would you say your husband's a 10 or not a 10? I would say I think I'm a 5.
Here's my question to go off of that.
Yeah.
How likely are you to know Monday morning who won the Masters on Sunday?
Ooh, I like that too. 414-677-1250. How likely are you to know? When?
Because I don't think you can be a 1 or a 1.2 and know the winner. If you know the winner, you're already at 4.
But you also...
Because you want to be up to date in the sports world.
Right. So I don't know that that's knowing about the Masters, but that's also knowing that, like, the U.S. is in a ceasefire with Iran, or that the Oklahoma City Thunder clinched the 1 seed. Just like the news headlines that might be in there, even if you care zero. Like, you might just know that because the news headlines exist.
Sure.
And so knowing and being up on current events might not mean you're invested in the Masters. Paul writes in on YouTube, for me, the average would be a 0. So again, I wonder, like, if Paul knows who won the Masters on Monday morning.
You can't be 0 on Monday morning and know the winner, in my mind. And you can be 1, fine. You want to go 1? Right. I still think it's probably like closer to 3 or 4.
So, like, to your point about current affairs, like, there are people who probably don't even know the U.S. and Iran were at war. And so they would be a 0 when it comes to current events. And so obviously they don't have any idea about, that there's what's going on in the Straits of Hormuz or what's going on with the ceasefire. I haven't checked the news today, but I know that's where we were. There was a 2-week ceasefire that was being looked at. I know those things because I'm into current affairs. If you're not into current affairs at all, you wouldn't know that. If you're into current affairs, I do wonder what that means about, like, if you just like knowing the sports headlines. 920, let's see, the same 920 is a 1.2. I'll only know if you tell me when I tune in. I'm going to the Brewer game tomorrow. Nice. I will be hosting the leadoff show on Sunday and co-hosting, of course, with the franchise Tim Allen, the post-game show on Sunday. Will I have, I do have 2 TVs in the studio. So obviously one TV, the main TV will be on the Brewers game. Will I go through the effort to change the input on the second TV to get it to the Masters? Because right now it's just hooked up to an internal computer so that Tommy and I can talk to each other during the show. Will I do that? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your interest level in the Masters? And will you know the winner of the Masters Monday morning, regardless of whether you're interested or not? Paul continues on YouTube. I'll be going on vacation on Saturday with my in-laws for a week, so maybe a 3. Okay. All right. That's fair. I'll take that, Paul. You good? That's fine. That's good. Again, we're watching the leaderboard here, hitting reload. Sam Burns has finished at -5. Kurt Kitayama has finished at -3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other people tied at -3. Scotty Scheffler is 3 under through 3 holes. He might shoot an 18. He might shoot a 50 today. What if Scotty Scheffler? I mean, he's 3 under through 3.
I'm telling you, man, Scotty, he's my guy.
Could Scotty be locked in?
I'm going to be watching very intently to Scotty's featured group right after the show.
Yeah. Man, Scotty's already 3 under. Aaron Rye is 3 under through 7, and that's good. But Scotty's 3 under through 3. That's crazy. Like, should everybody else just fold up tents and just go home? Like, just say, Scotty, you win? I don't know. All right, I got a Brewers take for you. And I know that the last 2 games in Boston offensively were challenged for the Brewers. They did some damage in game 2, obviously got shut out yesterday. And it's got to be hard when Churio and Vaughn haven't played yet this year. And now Brice is banged up. I think there might be something to, like, Brice is the key. Is Brice Turang the key to this offense so that regardless of who else is hurt, if Yelich has to miss a couple of weeks or if Contreras breaks a finger again, Churio comes back and who knows what happens with other people, but like that this is a different team specifically without Brice Turang stirring the drink at leadoff, setting the tone, hitting the ball hard, leading the league in doubles. Even when he gets hurt, he's still walking a lot and getting on base, scoring from second on that Roman Anthony, forcing a bad throw that allowed Yelich to score as well.
Sure.
He might be at the level where he is the key.
I am almost ready to say that. I would love to see what changes in the energy on that take when Chourio comes back.
Okay.
But as of right now, I think you can say that. Yeah, I do believe Brice Turang is probably the best player on the team. I would like to see what Jackson Chourio brings in year 3 now. And we all know the great game he plays and role he is with this Brewers team.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we were talking about this last year, how Brice Turang was maybe the most underrated player in all of baseball.
Yeah.
And now he just continues to showcase that. And I don't think he's quite underrated anymore because of what he did in the WBC and how he started off in 2026. But yeah, I do believe that Brice Turang, with the current fixture of this Brewers roster and Brewers lineup, 100% is the key. And maybe Yelich could be the only guy who rivals that. But
well, when Yelich gets hot, he can carry the team, but I don't know that he's quite the same key in terms of day in and day out. Like, yes, his professionalism, but Turang's impact, I think, has overtaken Yelich's impact. I think.
I think I would agree with that. I personally, just saying that I do believe Brice Turang is almost more. I do think he's more important to the Brewers' success than Christian Yelich is.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that, but that doesn't disregard how important I think Christian Yelich is to this Brewers team.
By no means.
I just think Brice Turang has that superstar potential and will be making close to $30 million a year to play baseball at some point in his career. I just think that this season, I still think the ceiling is, I think the jury is out on the ceiling of Jackson Chourio's potential versus Brice Turang's potential.
Yeah. If we're talking ceiling, I think I'd probably agree with you that Chourio has the highest ceiling. It's just whether he'll get there or not. Turang is playing at such a high level. You know, interestingly, you mentioned Yelich, and you look at Yelich and Turang, the same on base. They both have a 4.13 on base, but Yelich is hitting 100 points better.
Yeah.
Which means that Turang's getting on base a lot of ways, not getting hits. He's walking a lot. And I do wonder, like, I feel, Christian Yelich, I know, strikes out a lot more than he did in 2018 and 2019 when you couldn't get a ball past him. But it's like, what happened to the Yelich who walked? And just like, is he not seeing the ball the same way? Are they not pitching him the same way? I am curious about that, about how that has. Turang has 9 walks, Yelich has 3.
Is there any chance that Yelich might feel some added pressure as one of the guys who has proven he can swing the bat better than most on the team, that he feels pressure to swing the bat more?
Maybe, but I look at that and he's only got 1 home run so far this year. And I would think that if there was pressure that he was putting on himself, I would assume it's like, oh, Chourio and Vaughn are out of the lineup. I need to hit more home runs.
Sure.
I need to come with more power. And we haven't seen that. So yes, his pinch hit home run was an unbelievable moment that we'll all remember, especially if this season turns out the way we want it to turn out. But I'm just, it's just noticing interesting asides from 12 games into a 162 game season.
Where do you put William Contreras in this argument too? Because I think he's also extremely important to this season, not just for what he does with the bat, but who he is behind the dish too.
Absolutely.
I could see an argument of William Contreras being more important than Christian Yelich.
Well, and that's, how much does defense matter? And obviously Contreras and Turang mean a huge amount to this team for what they do with the glove. And Yelich isn't that guy.
And with a young pitching staff,
sure,
you would think that William Contreras, again, Pat Murphy never does a press conference where he doesn't credit William Contreras.
Right. And I think we're going to see this year more than any other year. Like, it's great to have 8 young starting pitchers, but you have to make sure they are quality starting pitchers. We didn't see greatness from Logan Henderson. We didn't see greatness from Shane Drowan. Like, we're still waiting to see if, as they bring guys in and out, Chad Patrick's done it pretty well. Kyle Harrison's done it pretty well. real well.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Harrison's been awesome, but Scotty just stuck in on a par 3 right here. So I was watching a little bit.
It wasn't a par 2. He didn't get 2 on it.
Well, it's the first shot on a par 3.
Okay.
Is all I'm
So he
saying.
could hit it. He could.
Yeah,
get it.
I mean, he's giving himself a birdie chance.
I just want.
He had an eagle on 2. That's why he's 3 under. By the way,
I just want 18 under. I just want him to shoot a 50. That's all. No big deal, right? 414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talking text line. 414-677-1250. Looking at the importance of Brice Turang to this lineup. But we're going to talk Milwaukee Bucks for a couple minutes when we come back here. And final home game is Friday. Final game is Sunday. That's it. The fat lady saying a long time ago, the season is over. It's been over for a long time. 31-49. So odds are they will lose 50 games for the first time I think for the first time since what? Giannis's rookie year? Because that was the year they won like 16 games, and then they got Jabari, and then they were better. They won like in the mid-30s, I think. I want to say they went like 33-40, maybe 33-49 that year, but I think they avoided 50 losses. But we're going to talk about what we've seen from the Bucks the past few days and what that means for their future. John Horst spoke. Doc Rivers has spoken. Man, go love your grandkids, bro. It's okay. Go love your grandkids. This is the Mason Crosby Show. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Tommy Wirtz. Brewers are off today. They will welcome in the Washington Nationals, Senators, Capitals.
Where the Washington Senators did not become the Nationals.
Commanders.
Who did the Senators become, Mitch? Come
Minnesota Twins.
The Twins, yes.
The Washington Nationals in the first game of the year for the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League. Did you see, Tommy? I know you did because you're on top of everything.
Okay.
Did you see that there are more teams over 500 in the NL Central than in the American League completely?
Wow, that's so cool, isn't it? I mean, great division. I mean, that's because they're not playing each other either, right? It's all the interleague play.
It's because of all the interleague play, and apparently the National League is just absolutely destroying the American League in interleague play.
Are the Cardinals better than we thought?
I think they are.
Better than we thought.
I don't think they're great. Like, I think they'll, but what's his name? The guy in the middle of the order is hitting home runs.
Jordan Walker.
Yeah. Weatherholt.
Yeah, he's the rookie leadoff. Yeah.
I got him. I drafted him. I didn't really know much about him in my fantasy league, but I knew he could steal some bases.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I took him just for on the offshoot, and then he ends up winning the job, and he's playing really well.
Former Madison Mallard, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he?
Yeah.
Weatherholt is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep. So right now there are 4 teams in the National League Central over 500. The Reds and the Brewers are 8-4. The Cardinals and the Pirates are 7-5. In the American League, completely, the Yankees, Guardians, and Rangers are the only 3 teams over 500.
Somehow the AL will still win the All-Star game. That happens every year, right?
Does it? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
You talking about the All-Star game?
Yeah, you know why no one cares? Because it has no implications anymore.
Doesn't have, and it never should. It's an exhibition game.
No, you'll be on the wrong side of that take.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's literally no way. I love you so much.
People liked when the game mattered.
People are so stupid if they thought that, and I don't think anyone did. I don't think any fan thought, oh, a Kansas City Royal getting a base knock in the 8th inning to drive somebody in should give the Yankees home field over the Dodgers. Screw the Royals, screw the Yankees, screw the Dodgers. Whoever has the better record gets home field in the World Series. Or else, why don't you have every round of baseball like that? Why don't you have why don't during the season, why don't you have like the NL Central against the NL East All-Star game to figure out who should get home field if those 2 division winners end up facing each other? Oh, wait, you don't, because the better team gets home field. That's how Earth works. You don't like it? Find another Earth.
What if they had a neutral site World Series? Would you like that? Would you be a fan of that?
No.
So
just all 7 games in one neutral site?
They played in Tokyo.
No, they could play in Milwaukee. The Brewers aren't going to make the World Series.
Come on. Keep the gloves up.
I'd love if the Brewers made the World Series.
Yeah, you would. And it would be better if the NL won the All-Star game and the Brewers got home field during that World Series.
What city gets the World Series? It can't be a current.
Actually,
is it Vegas and Nashville? Like who second? Like it can't be a current major league city who gets the World Series.
It would make sense for the Brewers to get it because they have a dome.
That is correct, and it's going to be heated by then.
I know, but it would be October in Wisconsin, obviously still, but the dome makes sense.
Well, you need to heat it in late
Lucas
October.
oil. Put it in Lucas oil.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, not a terrible idea, right?
Not a terrible idea.
Right.
I don't hate.
They throw everything in Lucas oil. That whenever something needs to happen at a neutral site, just send them to Indianapolis.
All right, I want to throw out an idea real quick.
Yeah.
Ryan Rollins has come out of nowhere, right? Like from when the Bucks first got him.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that because of Giannis and Thanasis, the Bucks missed on somebody because they held a roster spot for Thanasis instead of cycling in 20-year-olds, and maybe one of them could have ended up being something? And now there's 2 roster spots.
I mean, Thanasis was never going to be something, so immediately, yes, there was a better chance to find something.
Right. Sparky's at Rally House at the Mayfair Collection. Register to win a $100 gift card. Visit Sparky at Rally House at the Mayfair Collection. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. He's Tommy Wirtz, a.k.a. Big Time. No Brewers game today. This has been the Mason Crosby Show.
I was